wanna get away, but I could use some company. If you're alone like me, we could go on a trip. Girl, I wanna see the sun, dive into the deep ocean, dance with you all night long, move as you swing your hips. Let's take a break from the stress and the hate. Feel the loving, feel the rhythm, singing oh na na, oh na na.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mindset Monday. I am Coach ILLY, and this is the Charge Room Show. So every Monday, we have discussions, talks, sessions about ways to improve our mental health. And tonight we're going to decrease or eliminate the stress of how to handle people asking you questions about why are you single? This is so relatable to me because I am single and I get asked too many times, like, why are you single? You're pretty, you're intelligent, you have so many things going for you, but why are you single? And sometimes it's annoying, it's frustrating. Sometimes it brings anxieties because at the end of the day, you may know why you're single, and then again, you may not know why you're single. Sometimes when people are in their singleness, it's a challenge for them because they're so used to being with someone, or they want the compatibility of partnering with someone, and they may have just came out of a traumatic breakup, or they may have challenges because their situation was so traumatic. They may have challenges healing. And when you're constantly asked that question, it may bring even a sense of anger to the table. Like, why do people keep bothering me? Adding a little curse words to it. But it's not an easy answer sometimes because there's certain simple questions that may come up with a person that's single that is simple to someone else, but it's not simple to someone that's single. So let me give an example because I'm being very transparent right now. So when I was partnered with someone, that someone was my emergency contact. And then when we broke up, you don't think about that question until you're asked. So I went to the doctor, and the question they're going to ask is, okay, so who's your emergency contact? And you're left speechless. When I tell you that thing made me feel like I was under the dirt, I melted on the spot. I melted, and I had to sit down and catch myself because I'm like, oh my God, a question so simple is no longer a simple question anymore. So I had to have a seat and catch myself when I tell you it was horrifying. But I collected myself. I found someone in my phone that I could, utilize as my emergency contact. I let them know that this is what I was doing, and life goes on. But it's just those sensitive moments that are there, but you don't realize they're there until they show up, and it will break you down. And some people, like I was able to snap into, back into shape, but there's people that do not snap back. They don't have the snap back. They have the fallout, roll over, and I can't get up again. So I'm just here to share strategy tips on how you can combat feeling the anxieties or the pressures of being single. And I'm gonna add a lot of girl talk to it too. So, pull up a chair, share this conversation with someone else who is single and, can identify with what I am talking about right now. Or if you're single yourself, take notes or take mental notes. But I'm one I like to write because I want you to take copious notes with me because I need you to be all together and be able to snap back when the pressure is on hot. Because at the end of the day, we are queens. Guys, if you're single, you are kings. And we're going to always walk in that royalty lane, okay? So again, welcome to the Charge Room Show. This is Mindset Monday. And again, let's go forth and let's talk about, ways that you can handle being single and being challenged by being single. Because first you have to, let me tell you, the first thing you must do is embrace yourself. Embrace yourself. Recognize that being single is not a reflection of your worth or your desirability, okay? Embrace who you are as an individual. Focus on your strengths, your passions, and your personal growth. So, again, I'm going to use me as an example. My strengths. First, I had to realize that I was strong. I want to start there. I had to realize how strong I actually was. Because when you are in a relationship and you break up with someone, you are super vulnerable. You feel weak, you feel hopeless, you feel undesirable, you feel um sometimes that you're dumb and stupid. I'm gonna add that. You feel that the world is ending and everything goes black, right? You feel hopeless, right? Um, I had those feelings. And then I had to, one thing about me, I like to identify with myself and I like to sit in my feelings and work through like, and I'll write it down. Like, what are you feeling right now? And if I'm confused on something, I will Google emotional feelings and see what words pop up. Because I'm just giving you strategies of how you can speak out what you're going through with yourself, right? So I'm asking myself, like, what am I feeling right now? I feel sad. Um, I feel worthless. I feel undesirable. And I had to pick each word out and then ask myself, well, what is the strength of my weakness right now? Who would I like to be right now? Right? So I want to be strong. I want to feel desirable. I want to know that I'm worthy. And when I'm speaking that, I had to believe it because that's the only way it's going to happen. Because a lot of times people doubt themselves. They doubt themselves to a point that they talk themselves out of being who they really are. And if someone gives you a compliment, they'll say, you're strong, you're pretty, you're this, you're that. And the first thing they'll say is, no, you won't even give yourself the benefit of the doubt that you are these things. Other people can see you sometimes more than you see yourself. If you are insecure, if you're very doubtful, if you don't believe in who you are, and if you don't feel that you're worthy of and to be in a loving relationship or worthy to be with allowing yourself to love properly or loving yourself properly or giving yourself permission to be in this space to feel, right? This piece right here is so delicate that it's important for you to stop and sit down instead of getting up, running, and trying to help this one and try to help that one. When you are going through a period of separation or in the process of separating, it'll place you in spaces where you're constantly angered or bitter or miserable, right? So we don't want to get into these feelings too long because we have emotions. And one thing I noticed from talking to people over the years is that some people feel that they do not have a right to feel. And I'm going to say that again. They do not feel that they have a right to feel. And a lot of times you have to realize who you are as an adult will couple over from who you were or who hurt you when you were young. Because there's spaces where people will have domestic violence, molestation, abandonment issues, where or sexual abuse issues, where it came from a person that you know that stood in the gap for you, where you trusted them and you loved them and they hurt you, and or emotional abuse, any kind of abuse, right? You went through this traumatic experience and no one helped you, no one saved you. So when you became an adult, you took on the role, and you're not realizing you did, but you took on the role of, let me help so and so. You're very attentive to other people's emotions and trying to be Mr. or Mrs. Fix It. You want to put band-aids, stitches, and casts on people so they immediately get better from your efforts. You want to be save a person, right? Um, and that takes you to a place where you are only wrapping your emotions up in a with gauze wrap. You're only wrapping them up with gauze wrap. So you can hold yourself together, because then are those days that you sit still in your moments and you start cracking and you start oozing of the why me's. And you can't explain it because you're confused on how you really feel about what's going on in you right now. So this is why I'm saying people don't allow themselves the permission to feel, because you're caught up in helping everyone else, right? So I want you to embrace yourself, embrace who you are, what you're feeling, sit in your feelings, write them down. If you don't know how you feel, look up different words of emotions and put them together so it can be a clearer picture for you. Build a support system. And I know when you're in these spaces, it's really hard because you're in a space where, who can I trust? Who can I trust with my vulnerability? Who can I trust that I can speak my truth to? Who can I trust that I can sit down and I can put my heart on the table and they'll hold my heart for me? And when I finish speaking, they can put my heart back in my chest and sew me together, kiss me on my forehead, and send me on my way. Who can I have this type of relationship with? And most times people feel alone and they're embarrassed and they'll say, like, I'm too smart for this. And, if I, quote unquote, have education and I have, you know, or I'm popular, and or when I walk in a room, everything is all about me. If I have this aura about myself and how people look at me, when something is going on that is not perfect, you don't want to look as if you're imperfect to others. So you step back and you isolate yourselves. And let me tell you, it brings you to forms of depression, right? So I need you to build a support system. And if you don't have any one person that you trust, you can reach out to, having a counselor, a Christian counselor, or even to go seek therapy. And seeking therapy doesn't mean that you're crazy. You just need to organize your thoughts. And let me help y'all. A therapist and a psychiatrist are two different individuals. Okay. You just need somebody to talk to get your thoughts together, to organize your thoughts so you'll know that you're walking in a path of identifying with yourself and walking with it, right? Focus on self-improvement. What could I do to improve who I am and what I'm feeling on the inside? So as I started with my open, I said, when you break up with someone, you feel hopeless, you feel undesirable, you feel not worthy. And you looking at yourself as if you don't exist in a crowded room at times. So again, you shy away from people, you shy away from places, you shy away from things because you just want to sit in your own space. And sitting in your own space, let me tell y'all, is okay. But it's the period of time that you're doing it that makes a difference of how deep you are going into a black hole with the depressive mood swings, right? So focus on self-improvement. What would you like to change and invest in yourself doing so? So you have to put effort in it. Roll up your sleeves and get dirty. And people don't like to do the work. They just like to go outside and act like, oh, I'm turned out. We all about this. And you are really dying inside where you result to going to drinking, smoking, having sex, doing these things because you are feeling empty inside. Your soul has a hole in it. So you want to fill your soul with things and people to act like it's going to get you better. Baby, let me tell you, this does not make you better. It actually makes you worse because after all the fun is over, you are still at that low place. Why? Because you are not addressing the problem. The elephant is still in the room. So develop some type of goals that you want to do with yourself. So I wanted to improve my self-esteem. I didn't want to feel inadequate. I wanted to say, yes, this is me. I can do it. I can, I will, I must. And I had to take that mindset. So I read self-development books. I went to self-development courses. I wanted to know the strategies on how can I be a better me. And if you reach out and invest in yourself, and yeah, it costs money. It costs money, just like you go to the doctor because you're sick. It costs money. You got to pay a copay, whoever has a copay, or whatever extra money that you have to pay to get better medically. You have to pay that money. So, yes, you have to pay money to improve your self-development, to improve your mental health, because mental health is important as physical health, because what affects your mind affects your body. It's all connected together. So I need you to practice self-care, prioritize yourself, have self-care practices, the nature and nurturing of your physical, your mental, your emotional well-being, which may include exercise, mindfulness, hobbies, or again, like I said, seeking professional help. So yes, therapy or Christian counseling will assist you in that process. And self-care, it's just taking time out for who you are. Because a lot of times people, when I say, I practice self-care, they looking at me like I got four heads. What does that mean? Well, a lot of times people say, Dad, you're glowing. You look so good. Like, what are you doing? I practice self-care. I practice self-care. I take time out. I sit with myself by myself. I write a lot. That's how I started taking writing seriously. It just went to another level and it grew. So I'm getting ready to release book number 7 before the year is out. I'm gonna release book number 8. So I'm constantly working my mind and pushing my feelings out. And I didn't become a writer or author, I should say, because I wanted to make money doing so. Never that. That wasn't even a thought. I started writing so I can heal because that's what I do to relieve what's inside of me, to pull it out. Because, you have a lot of stuff going inside of you, but you're not taking the methods necessary to pull the negative out of you. So if negative stuff is coming into you and you're struggling, you're fighting, like, let's make this work, let's make this work. Never chase a relationship. Never chase um or have a tug of war with someone that is displaying behavior that is disrespectful, dismissive, unproductive. Again, like I always use the word, just to have the human decency to treat you like a human, right? That's not organic. That's not authentic, right? You may want someone to want you. That is natural. But you don't want someone that does not want you and they're faking as if they want you, or they're using you for whatever they want out of you, right? You're not being treated properly. You're not being handled with care. You're not even being spoken to in a proper tone, or their posture is so harsh and negative that you do not feel loved, where you're taking all of that behavior, translating it into spaces of what you think love is or what love ought to be. That is not love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not judgmental. Love holds no judgment. Love is not confusion. Love is not drama. Love is free flowing and at will, right? It's a natural thing that happens organically, not something that you have to have a tug of war with. Leave. And you may be in a space that you don't know how to love yourself, or you don't think that you're worth someone loving you properly, that you get lost in going through that back and forth. We broke up, we got back together, broke up, got back together. But let me tell you something. You are only hurting yourself. You are creating toxic situations for yourself that is never ending, where they are sucking every bit of the air out of you that they are living on, and you are dying. I need you to walk away, even if you're scared, and go through the dark space of tunnel, because at the end of the dark tunnel there is light, and the light is the new you. You may not want to be in the dark by yourself, because it's a scary place, because it is a scary place. But I promise you, if you keep going with your eyes closed and put one foot in front of the other and just keep walking straight, I promise you, that end of the tunnel, when you open your eyes, the light will be so bright. You'll just fall in love with yourself, because God is a God of miracles. God is a God of wonders. God will show you how to love him and love yourself and even love your enemies. And when you get to that space, baby, the power that is all over you, you will learn how to use it. And it will be the best life that you will ever live. And you will ask yourself, why did I take so long to learn who I am as a person. You will then feel cheated, that you cheated yourself. Challenge your negative thoughts, y'all, because your mind will play tricks on you, because that's how the enemy works. Your mind will play tricks on you, right? So, again, if you're in a relationship and you find out he's cheating or she's cheating, right, then you'll no longer trust them. Trust is out the window. So you're constantly questioning yourself. Well, are they doing this? Are they doing that? What are they doing? All of that mind work makes you tired. Put that energy, turn it positively, and invest it in yourself. Negative thoughts, when they come into your head, they like to tell you things. They put stuff in your ear, your mind is going in you, and you are hurting yourself with it by listening. When I tell you, I always pray. When I know the enemy is trying to distract me, because that's all it is a distraction. When the enemy is trying to distract you like this, trying to just put things in front of you so you can't see clearly in front of you. It is clear this person does not want you. It is clear they are treating you like trash. It is clear you are getting your behind busted every time they come home drunk. And then you're getting drunk and becoming numb just so you can sit in a space with them to still be mistreated like you are a dog in the street. A stray dog. Let me get that together. A stray dog in the street, stray animal in the street. Listen, remind yourself that being in a relationship does not define you. It does not define your worth. It does not define your happiness. You will find happiness in your singleness because you are not obligated to share space or time with anyone but yourself. You will have the space to take all the area that you need and time that you need to find who you are, what you like, what you don't like, how you're feeling, and work all in it. It makes a difference. So say, like, at one time I only liked long hair and I only like black long hair. And then I got to the space where I'm not sitting in the beauty parlor 8 hours to get a hairdo. Shave it off. Shave it off. Time is too precious for me. I don't have that type of time. I just won't do it. I'm not going to get up and, oh, I got to fix my hair. I got to fix my hair. That is time that I'm wasting fussing with my hair. And then when it don't get right, I'm mad and aggravated and I'm going out and outside and everything is going wrong. I'm having what happens, what will go wrong, can go wrong, days woo. And hair is not going to be my problem. Game over. So that's something else I don't have to deal with. That was messing with my mental health. Always worrying about how I'm gonna get my hair done. What am I gonna do to it? I don't have the time to sit and wait for it gets done. And then when they finish, I don't like it. Like, it's too much. That's too much for me. It may be working for y'all, but it doesn't work for me. So guess what? Going with the hair. Going with the hair. I will sit and edge my hair up. I'll go to the barber to get it cut. Like, I just cut my hair, holler out to Tim and Millennium Cuts and Queens. Like, thank you for cutting my hair. I came home and dyed it. This time I did red. Before I was blonde. But guess what? I had options. This is what I want to do. And guess what? I utilized what I felt on and what I wanted. I like this. I don't like this. Let me try. And if you don't try things, you'll never know what you really like from the perfumes that you wear, from the colors that you wear. Like, there was a time I would only wear black. Now or like black solids. I would only wear solid colors. Now I'm into prints and colors. Like I like that now. Where before at one time I didn't. And then it's the type of car you drive. I only used to like SUVs. So this time I got a car. So I'm still trying to get used to it and I'm trying to still feel if I really like it. But right now I'm trying a car versus an SUV. So, and then it's the type of sheets, the type of foods that you eat. And then as you get older, things start happening with your body. I found out I have diabetes, right? So now I have to change my eating habits. Should I try vegan? I'm playing around in the area. I don't like it, it's something that you got to do. Why? Because I got to do the work to be a better me. And all of that is underneath the umbrella of self-care. Self-care involves you not neglecting yourself medically, not neglecting yourself physically, not neglecting yourself emotionally. All areas of self-care and loving yourself. Learn how to love you. You are first. If you don't love you first, you can't have healthy relationships with other people. There's a piece of you missing. There's maybe a few pieces of you missing. When you have trauma from when you were younger, trust me, you bring that same trauma into your relationship as an adult. So if you don't heal and speak out everything that happened to you back then, it affects your relationship that you have now as an adult. Okay. Set boundaries. And we're not talking about physical boundaries here. We are talking about emotional boundaries. We're talking about energy here. Everyone's energy is not for you. Please note this. Everyone's energy is not for you. So to ensure your relationships in your dating life are good, you have to prioritize your own needs and value. Don't feel pressured to settle for less than what you deserve or conform to what the other person wants or what society wants, what your family wants for you. There's so many families that will instill their values into you that you must do this. There's so many people that are in jobs or careers because it's a family legend that must happen in legacy and you have to keep it going. That may not be you. And you will be suffering for years trying to live in the shoes of another person. There's even people that are deceased that you are trying to please in your life. And you are only doing it, oh, because grandma wanted me to do this, because auntie wanted me to do this, my father wanted me to do that. And it's at the end of the day, when you do all of that and you finish, it's not even what you want to do. I promise you that. We change. If you look at your life, you will change every 7 years. Every 7 years, you will have a traumatic change in your life. And if you don't believe me, start counting backwards and see what you was doing. Every 7 years, your life changes around. Something in your life dramatically changes. You are not the same person that you were 14 years ago, 21 years ago. You are not the same person 7 years ago. Hell, you're not even the same person from yesterday. Know that your needs and your values change as often as you desire or as often as life changes for you because of your situations, right? Explore new opportunities. Now, see, this is a tricky one because guess what? There's some people that don't like new, and they don't like new because they don't like change. Change makes them feel uncomfortable. Change makes them feel that they're losing control. They don't have the power to fix the floor that's being ripped from underneath them. Change in most cases is necessary because you were too comfortable with your old situation that you say, well, I'd rather have this than to have that. When really that is what you need and you didn't even realize it was what you needed. So explore, be open for new, explore new opportunities, have a new experience. I always will say to somebody, when is the last time you did something for the first time? When is the last time? When is the last time you did something for the first time? Somebody will wear burgundy lipstick every single day for 20 years. How about changing it to a nude color? How about changing it to a shiny glitter lip gloss? Like something. For me doing nails, I had this girl, she used to only get French tips. She got French tips every 2 weeks for 3 years. And I asked her, did you ever want to try a color? And she was like, no. So I said, I encouraged her, just put one on one finger, change one finger. She was dead set against it. And she stopped being my customer. I wasn't trying to change her, but she was dead set against being open for something new. Everyone, everyone is not for it. Cultivate gratitude. Okay. Now this is serious for me. Focus on the positives in your life and practice gratitude regularly. There's people that are chronic complainers. They complain and their mouth never shuts up for complaining. If they're not complaining, they're talking about somebody. They're not talking about somebody, they're talking negatively. Or they have closed in conversations, or they just gossiping and chit chat, just never being quiet and being simple was nothing natural, nothing flowing. And you don't benefit from that type of relationship with a person. It's so toxic. And when you don't get love anywhere in that circle, you're going to start feeling some kind of way. Because once you start developing yourself, you're going to see your circles will begin to change. And you're going to start feeling that people are abandoning you, but really God is only pulling the people out of your life that no longer should be there. Let's get that together. Create meaningful relationships with people. Create personal achievements that lifts your self-esteem, that gives you a sense of purpose, right? Create moments of joy by having new experiences. Make memories, take pictures, right? Listen, you gotta have balance. You have to have a balanced lifestyle, mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, right? Mix it all up. And then there's rest times, have self-care times, and go to the movies by yourself, go out to dinner by yourself, go walk in a park, go look at the flowers, go sit and enjoy the sunrise or the sunset on the beach. No, hear the ocean waves just bounce against the shore and the rocks. Go sit and look at the rain and hear how it falls and hits the ground. Have some self-reflection periods where you can see how you have grown and changed, and then you can smile about it, that you walked away, you was hurting and crying, but now you can look back and say, you know what, I have grown, I have looked past what hurt me, I am healed. There are so many people that call me, text me, inbox me, and say how much pain and misery that they are in, and they do not want to separate from that pain. What is one thing for you to be in pain? It's another thing for you to stay in pain. And then it's another thing is that you know you're in pain and you choose the pain versus freedom. Listen, you have to make a decision. Stay positive, stay healthy, stay at a place where you're growing and you're learning and you want to explore. Sitting in a box of misery is not the answer. There's more than the four walls that you walk in. There's outside of the box. Be a critical thinker, a conceptual thinker. What's underneath the box? What happens if you come out the box and close the box? But just sitting in the box in one corner, in the dark, and crossed with your arms crossed and just sitting there closed, you are only hurting yourself. So remember that being single is a good thing. Take time out and embrace who you are. And when someone comes to ask you, why are you single? You say, I am happy being single because I'm taking the time out to heal, deal with my past traumas. I'm learning a new me. I like different things now, and I'm appreciating my new me. And when the time is right, God will send me who is really for me because I am not one time going back to allow someone to mistreat me, trample over my thoughts, and put holes in my soul. So there's a space that you can fill, not with people, places, or things, but your love and the love of God will always, always fill any hole that you have in your soul. So thank you for stopping by. My name is Ilyasa Simpson, aka Coach Illy. This is Mindset Monday. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and definitely share this broadcast for someone who needs it. And maybe that need is you. Have a great night. Hi, everyone. This is Ilyasa Simpson, aka Coach Illy of the Charge Room. The Charge Room has an additional entity called the Divine Expressions Media. If you're looking to be a show owner, yes, host your own show. Whether you are a content creator or just someone that wants to start fresh from the beginning and you had a dream to be on TV, this is your time. This is your moment. Become a show owner today. I have 5 spots available. And guess what? Your show will be aired on Roku, Fire, and Apple TV platforms. So connect with us today. Text show to 917-810-7400. Come, let's connect to put you on the air.
I wanna get away